All right, I'm back for Dust2S's ongoing coverage of IEM Dallas 2024, and I'm here with JDC coming off of Big's unfortunate loss to NAVI to open up their run here in Texas. So to start, commiserations on the loss. What do you ultimately think went wrong in that opener against Alexi B and Co?
Well, for me personally, I think that we are in the finding phase in the team right now, especially now with the change of God being gone and people having to take more responsibility and becoming the best versions of themselves, I would say, as well as I'm in a position of redefining my style and my game. I'm trying to become a new JDC that people have not seen. So what went wrong is just very close rounds. I did an important call on T side that didn't go well, and we lost the round because of it, for example. But overall, I think we're in a finding phase that we just if we get there, we win those games, and we are just not there yet. But we will get there through the tournaments, and especially now. So,
You mentioned making an integral call there. Does that mean you're taking on a secondary calling responsibility behind Tabson, or what's sort of the leadership mix on the squad right now?
well, I think Tabson is of course the caller and calling the most. In the positions I'm playing right now, it's very important that I give my feedback, give him information that is needed, and as well maybe make a call based on my position. Right? If it's necessary for me to adjust on the map and give him the information so we can paint the picture in a way of the round, then I'll be making a call as well. And of course, when I get to play out the round, I'm in advanced positions most of the time. So I'm coordinating a bit of the pieces if I need to, and he's always doing it as well. So I would say us two.
Do you think that level of coordination allows you to have more impact on the server? Even though the team lost to Navi in this match, I think you had a pretty strong performance. I think the top performance on Big. Is that something that sort of is that something you see that you're having a stronger performance sort of through coordination with Tabs on the server?
Well, this is a thing I'm still finding out for me. I notice that I perform better when I'm more in control, when I actually can have the things going the way I kind of want them to in the roles I play, as well as it's just important to be on the same page. And I have a voice now. In this team, I get a lot of trust. People here believe that I'm capable of winning games for them and with them. So this helps me perform ultimately the trust of my team and the support they give me.
With that, on the return to Big, this is actually the first time you've been on a German-speaking team since 2020. Previously, having played on the Mouse Academy squad, then Mouse, and then Zero Nation. How have you been making the transition back to speaking on a German team?
It's been quite a ride, I think. I was not used to speaking German at all because I've, like you said, played in so many international teams. I was calling English for basically 5 years nearly, or like four, and at least that's how it felt. But after like the first month, the adjustment happened naturally. I mean, it's still my mother language. I speak it at home a lot, so I got into it pretty fast. But let's say the first week was kind of like a bit all over the place.
As part of the return to Big, there's sort of this is sort of a new generation of Big. Once again, Big's a team that, for better or worse, has been making a lot of changes. How do you feel about this new iteration of Big? How do you think they've been doing in 2024 so far?
Yeah, I think the new generation is here to make German reach the highest level of Counter Strike they have ever reached. And I think for that we first of all need time. We need the necessary experience, and we need the confidence. And I think you only get those things by playing a lot and making step by step progress. For example, as we look at the game today, of course it's a loss, but it was a fight. It was not we had no chance, and we are learning from it a lot. So I think our goal is to become the next era of German CS and just become the best players.
Out with the old, in with the new, and that's something we actually saw just a couple days ago with the coaching change at Big, with Gabi leaving the roster. He, very diplomatic departure discussion from the org, but he sort of let in a hint that it seems like it was a player-driven decision. What's your perspective on sort of the coaching change in the Big lineup?
Well, this is something I will, as a player, distance myself because I think it's, of course, players have an opinion to certain stuff, but it's on the other hand just the management to actually make that decision. I believe people act in the best interest of the team, and I have huge amount of respect for Gopi, and the time I worked with him was great. But still, I think the management made a decision, and I respect that decision. And I think for us, it will be the right way to go.
Interestingly, that you say it's sort of the right way to go, and because for those who don't know, very early in your career, I believe in late 2019, early 2020, if I just check my notes real quick, you actually worked with Kakafu on Unicorns of Love. Did that influence? Did that sort of made you prepared to work with him again now? And how is it? How are you enjoying working with him again in sort of a head coach capacity?
Well, I can say this very openly that in the times back then in Unicorns, me and Kakafu didn't have a very good relationship. Actually, we clashed a lot of times, and we had different perspectives of the game. But me and him over the years have grown into different persons, different players, and with different visions. And now I'd say the working together has been really great, and he surprised me positively in a lot of aspects. And he's bringing great, like how you call it, fresh wind in a way to the team that helps out.
Something I wanted to sort of pick your brain about is we've had much excitement in the NA scene with the additions of Slacks and syn, and I know the German scene is very interconnected. A lot of people know a lot of other people. There's so many teams, whether it's Alternate Attacks, Unicorns of Love, so many so many German teams. What is sort of your take on those two players? Are they players you've played with before, and how do you sort of rate them as players?
Well, I never played with them in the team, really, so, like neither with the syn or Slacks. For me, I think they're very good at what they do. That's why they're here. They have they earned their state in Tier 1 competition. They earned their state to be one of the best German players out there, right? I don't have in-depth details on how they are and how they play, but for me, if I look at them, I think they're very solid. Like syn has a lot to learn, and he's very young in my eyes, right? And he has so much experience to gain. So the lights are looking good for him, especially in M80, taking the leader role, getting experience. And Slacks for me has been always a consistent guy that, in my eyes, needs to find the ultimate form, because if he's actually feeling comfortable, I think he can carry games.
A lot of your former Mouse Sports teammates are obviously here with us in Dallas. Do you still have a good rapport with those guys? And do you still have a good rapport with those guys from all the time you spent together in the We Play Academy League on Mouse NXT, etc.?
Yeah, I'd call those guys my true friends, and to a certain degree family. Like, you cannot go a road that long together without creating a bond that's beyond CS. I have a very good connection to those guys still, especially syrsoN is a close friend of mine, right? I'm still talking a lot to Frozen from FaZe. In general, I mean, it's everyone in that roster is family to me. So,
looking towards tomorrow's match, and hopefully, to extend your run beyond round one of the lower bracket, in EPL, we saw the team make playoffs and then be eliminated in the first round, I believe, to G2. So you made playoffs in EPL. Now you're here in Dallas. What's sort of the expectation for you guys here, knowing that you did just change the coaching staff up?
Well, the expectations are, of course, showing a good face on how we actually want to play. There has always been a difference between practice and actually tournament games. And our goal here is clearly to actually sync those things together and show that we can play good Counter-Strike and not get overrun, or just actually show a learning curve. And for us, it's just play good, reach playoffs step by step, but leave here saying that we tried everything and we gave our all, and there is no slacking and there was no excuses. We played the CS we want to play, and that's the goal.
All right, so that's the game plan for tomorrow. We'll be seeing who JDC and Big will be playing tomorrow once a couple more matches are done. Thank you so much for your time, JDC, and you'll be in action tomorrow.